Hi, this video I'm going to show you to mixing using the 1080p and 4K60 input card on our 16x16 modular matrix switcher. So here we have the setup. Basically right now you can see here's the backside of the matrix switcher. And we have the 1080p HDMI input card and the 4K60 HDMI input card with two inputs right now. One is from the Apple TV, also 4K60, and another one from this HDMI generator. We can check out resolution is also 4K60. And these two inputs, one is from my laptop, it's a 1080p. And now we're going to use the and for the output, right now we can see we have 1080p HDMI input to these two TV here. And we have one quadview output card, and which is to this TV here. As you can see right now, it's the quadview. And also we have the oscillator 2 connect to the COM port from our matrix switcher backside. COM 1 or COM 2, both ports are able to connect to this one. So later we can just use the matrix switcher WEB GUI to send the commands through the oscillator 2 to this quadview card to control like the layouts, working layouts, resolution, or the presets. So now already have it connected, and basically right now we already did the deep switch setting on this input card, and on the input 6, the second 4K60 HDMI input card, we didn't do the deep switch setting, and we can check out the difference right now. Once we're switching between the 1080p and the 4K60. So now we're going to use the WEB GUI for the switchings. So now we have the input 1 switch to audio TV, and input 5, which is we did the deep switching setting on the card, and we switch to audio outputs. As you can see, it's actually seamless switching. We switch back to the input 1 again, 1080p, and switch back to the 4K60. It's seamless switching, but the input 6, which we haven't done the deep switching setting yet on this card. So once we switch to audio outputs, you can see now we already have about like 1 or 2 second black screen. And this is the Apple TV box, and the resolution is also 4K60. We're switching between these two, switching back to the input 5. You also have like 1 to 2 second black screen. However, if we switch the input 5 and the input 1, which is the 1080p, it's actually seamless switching. So when we're mixing using the 1080p and the 4K60 card on one chassis, if we want to have the seamless switching experience, then we need to plug out the card and we need to do the deep switching setting on this card. So now we're going to plug out this card, and then we can do the deep switching settings. So this is the input 5, input 6. Let's check out. Here's the 8-pin deep switch setting, and you can see this one we have different settings. We have the deep switching 1, 2, 3, 4, and all to the up position. So we're going to do the same for the input 6. We also have the same deep switching all to the up position. So now we already have this deep switching setting to the opposition. Now we're going to plug back this input card. Let's check out the difference. So the card is already plugged back to the matrix switcher, and we just wait a few seconds, it will come out. So now we already have the picture come out on the TVs. Now we're going to do the same switching between the input 5 and input 6, which are the two 4K60 input, and switch to the input 6. Now it's seamless switching. Also the input 5. Seamless switching, switch to the input 1, the 1080p. Okay, it's also seamless switching. As you can see, the resolution is still 4K 60. So in the conclusion, if you want to mixing using the 1080p and the 4K 60 card on one chassis, we will need to do the deep switching setting on the 4K 60 card. Then we can get the simple switching between 1080p and the 4K 60 card. Okay. Another part we're going to introduce about the WEB GUI to control this quadview output card, the layouts. So basically, we need this R232 cable connected to the we can check out connected the R232 and the COM port on the matrix switcher. We can use the COM2 or COM1. Either port are not workable. So once we have these two connected, now we will need to do the settings on the WEB GUI of the matrix switcher. Okay, so we'll just go to the setup interface directly. Setup. Then we're just scrolling down. Then we will have the multifunction buttons here. So we'll need to just name these commands, and this one we just name it as the one window layouts. And here we need to choose the COM2, just because here we connect to the COM2. And the commands, which is from our operation guide for the quadview card, and we have different commands here, but the commands here is the hex mode, but we need to make sure, and here we have the space between each command. But once we fill up on this setting section, we need to delete the space, because our multifunction button, it will automatically come out the space for it. And the bar rate, here's the bar rate, because as you can see on the quadview card, and we have it as the 112, 115, and 200. So we need to have this correct bar rate. And once we have it set up, we set up 4 commands here, and we have the 1 window, 2 window, 4 window, and this one is for the reset. We can check out, and once we have the commands filled out and also the bar rate, then we need to scroll down and click the save button and click reload. Make sure the command is still here, and we can just back to the home. Here we already have these 4 multifunction buttons active in green, and we can just click the multifunction buttons. Let's check out on the small monitor and how it works. So we just click one window, you will black screen. Right now we already have 1 window here, and two window working layouts, and 4 window working layouts. So this is how we use the matrix switcher WEB GUI with the multifunction buttons to control the quadview output card to switch in layouts. But if you want to have more functions, we will just need to do the same. Have the commands here on the option guide, including the resolution, audio channel switching, and resolution customizing, and the preset save and recall. And copy those commands, then fill up on the setup interface of the WEB GUI of the matrix switcher. The spot multifunction buttons here, and we need to make sure delete the space for the commands and name the button name, and also choose the correct COM port 1 or 2 and the bar rates here. Okay, thank you so much.